Getting sober will cost you some of the best friends you thought you could never live without, but there's always that one moment where you realize that they were never meant to stick around. Let me explain. When I got to NYU for music technology, I met this one friend who I resonated with like I never resonated with anyone else. He was a producer, I was a singer. We made all these plans to have this like producer duo singer project together and just take over the world with music. We had really good song ideas and I really believed we could have made something. We also did a lot of fucking drugs together, and that was one of the themes of us hanging out, was us doing drugs together. We'd smoke weed, we even did heroin at one point together. I had a heroin addiction back in high school, and then he got into it separately in New Jersey, and so we were doing a lot of fucking drugs together. We didn't get a lot of music done, to be honest. It kind of just like descended into just doing acid and just freaking out about the fact that we're gonna make it, we're gonna take over, and the ego trips that you get on from being on drugs. And so we slowly drifted apart. You know, I went deeper into my heroin addiction. He fucked off to New Jersey and did, I don't even know. But I got sober. I hit rock bottom, and then I made a decision to get sober, and then he ended up like on the streets in a homeless shelter and shit. We finally reconnected after I got out of rehab, and I looked at him and I was like, dude, things have not been good for you, holy shit. But me, on the other hand, I was getting sober for the first time, and I had this light, this kind of like sober glow, and I really don't think he liked that. You know what they say, with misery loves company. And so we would hang out, you know. He wanted to smoke weed. I wasn't fucking, not only was I not allowed to smoke weed, but I didn't want to. I really wanted to give sobriety an honest shot. So like, we'd go to work on music, and then he'd have us go down to like fucking under a bridge in the Bronx where I lived, by the way, at the time, so that he could smoke a blunt. And he'd say to me like, man, like, you're not really gonna quit just smoking weed forever, man. That really just sounds like a control problem. Like, you know you can control it. And at this point, like, I'm so sick of this fucking conversation, the whole you can control it thing. I'm like, dude, like, you can do whatever you want. Like, what I do, it's just like, for fuck's sake, it's none of your business, man. He really didn't like that. He kept like pushing, and then like, you know, he was smoking the blunt. At one point, he even like put it up to my lips, and I was like, what are we doing here? Everything really just made me realize, like, dude, like, if you can't respect me, if you can't respect my boundaries, if you have to keep pushing, keep asking, and not respect my sobriety, man, like, this isn't really meant to be. And that was a really tough situation, because like, me and this guy, we had all these conversations about taking over the world together, but at the end of the day, I just have to put myself, I have to put my sobriety first, and if people can't respect that, I'm sorry. I now have 11 years sober. My band's music, these are all songs I wrote while I was in active addiction. So my goal is to inspire people to change their own lives, or to not feel so alone in this. So if you relate, check us out.
It wouldn't matter if not for the time.